dogs. Hello, puppies. Ah, aren't you filthy? Let me lower this. Okay. Here we go. Ooh, nice. Hello, friends. It is, I think it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday, someday in August, and it's noonish. I checked the weather. I think it's 80 something. Feels like 80 something. So I'm out here. Put some clothes on real quick. This was a dress I was gonna wear, but after the last minute for not because it was too much for the event in terms of like how I was gonna feel, you know, walking around, doing things with people, right? But it's dirty in that I tried it out at the store, I bought it, didn't use it, kind of tossed it to the side, and was like, let me use this other thing. But I'm gonna wear it now out in the sun. Anywho, kind of just wanted to talk about how things are doing generally, but more than that, to show the new garden bed, the new tree garden bed, and then also talk about what plants I don't think I'll grow again, and how that generally fits into this new location. So we got here, we came to this property, and okay, yay, we're going from zone 7 to zone 8. Also, recently learned about ecoregions. I gotta look more into that. But, oh, okay, we've got massive sun. How fun. It's gonna be great for growing things. The sun burns. And I don't know if that's the norm or if it's just this year that it's been terribly hot. We've been breaking all the records, but this sun burns. So a lot of plants that are full sun have struggled the most. We don't have clay soil, we have sand soil. So the clay here is minimal. Okay, generally speaking, I already had been putting bags of soil and topsoil and mulch into the front bed, so that should be richer than usual. That's great and all. But not only is it full sun, I don't always water super regular because it's a hassle. And then we had days where it's weeks where it's, no sun. So what am I supposed to do, right? So there's a couple plants that's just like, I don't think I'm going to grow this again. Or if I grow this again, I have to figure out really where I want to grow it. Or at least here, this should be treated as a shade plant. Okay. Number one on the list, and I'm gonna say geraniums. I love me a geranium. The citronella plant geraniums, they're fine. They're cool. Whatever. They are fine in the sun because they're not really about flowering, right? They probably wear in the shade regardless, but they're fine. They're fine enough here. But the flowering, excuse me, is a purple fashion flower vine. There's two. They're not going to be allowed to stay here. Oh, okay. I just try and rip them off with the oh, it's over here. With the root. Just pick them up because I know they're gonna spread regardless. I just keep picking. Oh, another one. No, no. Anyway, geraniums. If I grow them, they have to be shade here. There's no part shade, part sun, whatever. They're shade plants here. I have some in the front that are now. I'm not sure why now. Maybe because I'm not really sure now. But the ones that have done the best for me are the big purple one that was clearance. That's in the shade garden. That came back and grew. So geraniums in the front in the sun here, no. I loved planting bulbs this year. The Dutch irises, it was like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to see what, oh, there's semi-blooming, And then even more with the gladiolas, because I'm like, I know that the Dutch iris are struggling here, but I feel like the gladiolas are going to put on a show, which they did. They almost 100% bloomed. It was great. It was lovely. Actually, I feel like maybe some of them didn't, because I feel like I don't have 50 blades, 50 plants. Okay, whatever. I'm half considering digging up the gladiolus bulbs and putting them somewhere else. They're lovely. The flowers are lovely, majestic, and the sun fantastic. but they lean a lot. And the way I planted them, I thought they were gonna get a lot fuller and just. So now it's like, okay, they're all dying back. It's just like there's still a lot of bare soil over there. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know, gladiolus. So off the top of my head, that's what I won't grow. I got some. I got one that was. I think. No, I think I got one. And I got phlox twice. I got one that was $17, and I separated it out, and I'll take the blame because it is my fault. I don't think I watered them enough. Um, but also the heat. The heat has been unpredictable and terrible. So, phlox, will I grow it again? I don't think so. I already bought perennial phlox. If they come back next year, they come back. Um, but they're not. They're really struggling still. I'm watering them. Hopefully they come back after this next week of rain we're supposed to have. But they're struggling. They are not doing great here. Um, yeah. And then dahlias. I have three dahlias, I think. I have an orange one that was like white and orange or white and pink. And no, yellow. I have yellow one that's full yellow. The orange one is the one that's like mixed. And then the purple ones that I grew from the tuber. Now, it was actually surprisingly easy to grow the purple dahlias from the tuber. Um, what's going on over there? It's actually super easy to grow the purple dahlias from the tuber, but the purple dahlias are more larger, they're closer to dinner plate, and the other ones are smaller. And I kind of just planted the other two thinking that they were all going to get dinner plate. And it's just like, why did I do this? Okay. Anyway, purple dahlias, it's great. And maybe I should have been pinching them back to get bushy at the base, but right now they're just bushy on top. One of them, the other one I've cut, I don't know if it's going to bush out. I don't know if it's too late in the season. So I'm not going to say I'm not going to grow it, but I don't think it's super likely. If I do, I think I'd probably grow them in a bigger grouping and then a bit more shaded as opposed to in the sun because they grow relatively easy, especially in pots. But I also do like the small ones. And I think what I'll do, if anything, is I'll be more keen on the clearance dahlias. And I'll plant them en masse in like small containers, I think. The small dahlias maybe are cute, and maybe I just didn't have enough of them for color or impact. So that's what I'll do. Um, so yeah, long story short is flowering geraniums in the shade. Phlox is not a friend. Um, yeah, and I think I'd sooner plant vinca in ground, more dianthus, and more petunias. Purple petunias and the pink dianthus. I love me the waves. Um, Capricorn is in ground. Super cows are definite. Super cows are definite. I have I think two verbenas here. One of them is doing super great. Um, the other one was doing fine before, and now it's like taken back, presumably because of the heat. If I am to do calabricoas on ground, I've got to weed. Because if the weeds didn't make the calabricoas and they take over, your calabricoa is going to suffer after the fact. So, more verbena, more dianthus, more petunias. And I need to find something else that's a perennial, that's not, I guess maybe, perennial dianthus for me is like, so I don't know that I'll be doing too many more perennial dianthus. We'll see. I have a white perennial dianthus I got this year. I have, I think, two red perennial dianthus I got this year, the sunflower. I have the one from last year that is the rocking red. And I think I also got a jolt. I think it was on clearance. But actually the jolt is doing fine. It's coming in fine. So anyway, let's go see the new plant bed. Let me go take you around. Yeah, that'll be that. Yeah. As a quick reminder, let's see the old garden. So here's the old, the first, I'm not gonna say old, the first shade garden. I did get this vinca the other day from Walmart and it was so dead. But I knew that all I needed was some water and here it goes popping back. So I don't know if I'll put this in the front or not, or just leave it there, who knows. My sister's ficus that for some reason decided to bend over. Maybe it needs a new repotting. a deeper repotting, probably what it is. One heuchera. Here's my variegated yellow. If you remember how that was, and we see the brown spots. It's hot. It's hot. But we do have some volunteer coleus here. Clarence daylily. I think there were petunias there. I guess they died out with the heat. R.I.P. to you. More flowering coleus. My sister's monstera that have come back and probably need to be staked. That one coleus that spread wildly. More volunteer coleus. Another heuchera. Heucheras are, kind of in their quiet season. I'm think they're gonna rebound when it gets a bit cooler. Here we got the purple waffle that has flowered here and there, and I think it's probably gonna pop up some new ones somewhere. Here is the devil's spine euphorbia. Gotta find the other name for it because I know I just like referring to it as devil's spine euphorbia. It's an interesting name. Oof. Okay. Okay. Your lovers and friends. There we go. We do have some volunteer polka dot plants in the bed. Right there is one. Maybe there's more. I don't know. I haven't seen them yet. Don't know. I did move this out of where it was once we lost the tree coverage. It's actually blooming a bit more. We've got new leaves coming out. But geraniums like this one, that it was in sun, not that direct sun, but it was pretty much direct. But this is now in shade. Okay, so it's doing better. My sister's peperomia. That's grown a bunch. The ZZs that have grown a bunch. Also some more volunteer coleus. The mints and balms, the lemon balm and the peppermint and spearmint. The begonias that... This is begonia country. This is begonia country. Oh, there's I do see. There's one, and here's two. So at least two other volunteer polka dot plants. So gonna let them be. Not really gonna do much with that. I think one of the puppies maybe ran over this. Or maybe it's just heavy. Anyway, this one is also like deadish. But anyway, begonia country. The heat has tested them, but they're still here. My Lycanthus that needs more water probably. Why wouldn't it? This is my perennial dianthus that kind of, was that? Perennial dianthus that kind of came back, and then I guess what the heat was like, no more. I probably gotta weed this out a bit. I do have to weed this out. So this is the epitome of why I will say yes to flowering geraniums, because it came back from clearance, and the clearance, the leaves are sun scalded, scorched, scalded, whatever. There's a bunch of weeds here I gotta take down. I don't know what that is. It's like some little clover, whatever. But no, I just want to take off. Oh, why are you here? Anyway, the point is, this is my one reason to be like, okay, geraniums. Otherwise, it's like, no, never geraniums again. But next year, if anything, I'm gonna go nuts with clearance. Is the short end of it all, right? And so, plants that I already had that were in pots and some that I bought were put in this. I heard y'all coming over here, and I want you to leave. Plants that were in containers or never planted up. Ooh, caterpillar friend. Okay. Were potted up here, and there's not necessarily a super amount of organic material. It's really just kind of in the sand, but they seem to be doing really well actually. So I think that's the variegated white. This is the Patriot hosta, so they're doing well. I also got two daylilies on clearance. One of them is purple. I thought the other one was going to be purple, and it's yellow. Okay, I accepted it. But one of these is purple. Possibly both of them are purple. Yesterday or day before, a couple days ago, I got two hostas, and they were on sale for $2 a pop. Apparently, they were blue hostas. So right now they're sitting in some water. I'm sure the frog is back here. The frog loves to be where there's water. Also brought peppermint that was by the shade but under something over here. I kind of just emptied out the coleus and mounded them. I got some soil from plants that weren't doing so well, but they're not dying, so I think they'll do fine. Friends! Friends! The dog's an idiot. Okay. So we've got begonias here, and they were all in their pots. Here's my big leaf begonia. I don't think these other ones are big leaf begonia. Zorro! Get your fat ass out of, get your ass. But anyway, yeah. So my begonias. Why am I having to move out of the way? Don't sit on my plants. Don't sit on my plants. Thank you. My begonias. I'm coming back. Come this way. If I have to take it by the handle, right, then move away. Anyway, get your fat dog ass out of my shot, out of my plants, out of my garden. Thank you. I've got to... Right is the answer. If you don't want to get grabbed, go away. Anyway, 2 elephant ear. I think they'll come back. I think everything will come back as the temperature abates, right? But I will be getting more marigolds. Marigolds here are troopers. In the sun and elsewhere, they're troopers. So these I did grow from seed, and they were just recently planted. So they're doing fine because, you know, they had to do with the transplant, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, this is the new bed. I doubt I'll have to do much mulching. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of pine mulch that accumulates. And then also, so let me cut that flower. But so right over here, I only have these 3 things that need to be potted. I'm not even sure if I want to pot them up really. At least not definitely not the mint. Oh yes, and the purple, the Persian shields that were already losing their color. Now they're going to be in the ground, and we'll see if they, let's look for some new growth along the sides on the stem. Okay, I haven't really seen how this grows, but let me pinch back all the flowers so it can send roots. Okay. I'm just gonna let it be. But yeah, so you see that I mounded them and I took some soil from other plants that weren't growing so well, and I decided to cut ish on it, and they were fine. But then yesterday I also added this cardboard on top. So I'm just adding cardboard to add further root protection. I don't want it getting burned. I don't want to see anything about roots exposed, blah blah blah. So my starry night hibiscus doing great. Love her. She likes her water, but she's doing okay under the sun. I guess we could probably deal with a little shading or something, but the top leaves are all purple, so I'm gonna assume that's overgrowth anyway. So I feel like this is gonna send this grow like an inch a day or something possibly, but I don't think it's the case here. But you know, whatevs. But I would also consider the geraniums that were here. This was the red one. These were the 2 red ones. One of them died. This is the white one. They actually were doing great out here. I think as we approached the heat, the highest of heats, actually I'm not even sure it was the heat really. I think it was mostly that they got outcompeted by weeds. Right now I'm keeping this relatively bare. I'm having to come back here and weed again. But also they're not like super thriving right now. But this white one I would consider getting again if I saw something like it, because it did actually really well. And this red one actually did really well. So I don't know why the ones in pots in the front are not doing great. I guess it's probably the drainage. Maybe it's a drainage issue for the geraniums here. So if I go on to geraniums next year, it'll have to be in the ground or or under some shade. So. Yeah. This is relatively shaded. Anyway, let's go to the front and finish this video. You know what? Actually, I completely forgot about this. The cosmos are a lovely filler. They're a bit aggressive. So I don't know that I will be growing cosmos next year, even though I do have a bunch of seeds I saved. Seeds are relatively easy to save. But literally I had 1 cosmo in here. And it's self-seeded throughout, which is great because, you know, it fills in now that the lilies are dying back. I don't know. They're also kind of ugly, but they're really pretty. I don't know. I will not be buying celosia. In ground, it was fine, but it kind of just died back anyway. I think that's also another Cosmo in my primrose that's coming through the grate. I love Calabricoa in pot. Again, in ground, I don't know. I don't know what that beetle is, but I don't care enough. Anyway, like I said, the marigolds, super troopers. Super troopers. They love it here, and I want more of them. I would love to have a row of orange somewhere. So, last year I had gotten some white vinca that was very green and lush. So I was very excited to get white vinca. I think, however, I did get this maybe in a clearance plant. Anyway, the point is, in the sun, they need lots and lots of water, and they are prone to this yellowing because of the sun and the lack of shade. So, but they grow great, actually. Here's this one, and actually it's not sun scald really. It's doing great, but it had a lot of time to sit in a pot in the container. I don't know why this one is not greening and the other ones are, but this vinca is great. So I think I will be doing vinca next year. I will be doing zinnias sooner, and I'll be pinching zinnias back because this is a pinched back zinnia. This yellow one that I pinched back, also coming back. It was also clearance. The lantana, I would do again. It's not grown very much, but it's not ever really like struggled. Water or sun, right? It's at most it's like flopped over because of lack of water, but it's not been like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. The pentas, I have a white pentas here. I just potted in ground. The pentas need a lot of water. Maybe this isn't the great place for it, but it does really well in ground. So I did need to show. I have this one. I guess I had planted one. Snapdragon, and it was pink, but it didn't like ever stand up really tall. So I don't know. I'll be growing a lot of snapdragons, but zinnias for sure. This is my cottage garden. When it rains and it's a lot shadier, it comes back, the petunias. But you know, it's been a lot of hot dryness. This is a clearance dahlia that loves to come back and die and come back. Love to die and come back. I probably need to come and cut some of these out. I like bushy things. So I think if I do zinnias next year, it'll be a lot of cutting back, a lot of heavy cutting back. This is the tough stuff aha that it's doing great. Put a bunch of leaves. I moved it to the front for some reason. I need to move it back elsewhere, at least for a couple days. This is a dahlia. See this new flusher growth. So it really is, the heat is just, this is an interesting time to decide to learn about a new spot. Okay, like I said, the pentas, love it when they have them for water. These are some regular unnamed petunias. The Calabricoa, actually, like I said, when it's not out competing weeds, great. The dianthus does not care, it will grow. The annual dianthus, anyway, that's the verbena. That I don't know why it's looking at that. But here's the other verbena that I had first, that at times it would wither away and not flower, and then now it's flowering. I thought this would do the same, don't know why. Again, dianthus, it loves it. Here's some of the dahlia I have in ground. Again, not sure. I even staked them up. Here's a phlox. There's another Calabricoa behind. So, like, also timing is an issue. I think, oh, excuse me. Anyway, so this is great, actually, and it was in a pot. And I guess because of it was in the pot and it was charged up from the pot, so I'm like, let me just pot it up in ground. And it was like, okay. I think it's just adjusting. Same with the verbena. I think it'll come back. Even this phlox, I think it might come back. Especially with the rain that we're supposed to be getting, I think it'll come back. But the troopers here, super cal. Even the lemon coral sedum, lovely. Spread out lovely. The dianthus, love the heat. The pentas, when they're getting water, they're loving the heat too. Right? Because they're getting all the sun. Or at least the sun, I should say. Another Calabricoa. But as long as things are, you know, well weeded and watered. The petunias, I love them. They're great. A lot of them do not do well with the heat. In fact, the majority of them, right? But the dianthus and the super cal specifically, even this Calabricoa is in ground, are doing relatively fantastic. So I think this is a wave. Oh, I love me the waves. The waves, wow. What a trooper. The super cals and the waves, wow. So I will probably not do a lot of vistas. I just have a vista. No, I did. This is on clearance. The vinca, especially that one in the back, when I got it, withered. Another one that was like, oh my god, I need water. I just kept watering, kept watering, kept watering. Eventually, it's like, okay, I'm here. I'm used to things now. So I have 4 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 of a red one. 1, 2, 3, and I guess 4. The red ones I think went in first, but the pink ones are doing better. Anyway, it's still a thing of water. I think generally speaking, this middle section, because that's where I started, has the most organic material. So I need to water them obviously in preparation for tomorrow. Yikes. But another Calibracoa that once it was stopped being outcompeted was like, okay, I'm here to thrive. So Calibracoas, if you stay on top of the weeding, do great. Here's a geranium that got disrupted because of the gladiolus I planted by it. What can be done? The mums are flowering. They're actually pretty great, these perennial mums. And all the dianthus. Here's a sunflower. I'm gonna leave it. Nothing's gonna happen. I'm just gonna leave it, and it'll. Oh, damn, friend. There's a bunch of ants on this mum. I'm not gonna touch you. I had 3 suncows in here. Oh, I have a couple suncow over there, but those are all dying because of the sun. Once the water comes, once the temperatures abate, I expect them to grow full back. One of the red ones I have might have died back, but I love this portulacas. I really do. I have some in the pot, and these are so fussy. I don't know what to call these in terms of like how they grow. But sometimes they do really well out of nowhere. So yeah, it looks like that one sun patient might have just up and died. We'll see. I'm not going to dig anything out at this point. But the portulacas, this one is lovely, right? But I have 7 of them, and why is only one of them this size and this big? This is also the one that's directly in front of the water spout, so it probably gets a lot of water. So that's something to consider. And generally, as I said before speaking, you know, the gladiolus, what's up with them? Am I going to take them down? I don't know. More geraniums. I got these on clearance, and they're actually done pretty solidly, especially since it's only been in the sun. And I have some coleus in random places in the sun. It's doing okay. It's not doing worse. There's one snippet. This is also supposed to be surrounded by, I don't know what this is. Is it a weed? It's also supposed to be surrounded by geraniums, and the geraniums here are not doing so well. So geraniums in the shade at the most, or at the least, rather, I should say. The iPad overheated previously, so we're in another area that's shaded. At least the iPad is. It's the back area. And yeah, I guess that's it. Yeah. Where's the wind? I guess not. I guess not. Yeesh.